Namaste, Pranam. Meditation on Bhagavad Gita. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambattvāmanusandadhāmi Bhagavad-gīte Bhavatveshini. Oh, Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Arjuna. Ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O goddess, comprising of the 18 chapters, showering the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism, my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. And now, salutations to Sri Krishna. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devakim Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. O son of Vasudeva, slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, Krishna, supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. And our today's reading of the 30th shloka about the fact about Atman. Sri Krishna is telling Arjun, dehī nityam avadhyo dehe sarvasya bhārata tasmāt sarvāṇi bhūtāni tvaṁ śhochitum arhasi. Again and again, Sri Krishna is telling Arjuna about the immortal, changeless nature of the Atman, immutable nature of the Atman. So, don't grieve over what you have been thinking about killing my own people, Swajana and all that. I don't think they are going to die just like that. It is only the temporary, impermanent, the change, the bodies which are constantly changing. Only those bodies are going to perish. Atman, you cannot even touch the Atman. So don't worry. That is what Sri Krishna has telling Arjuna. And in this shloka also, Sri Krishna tells about the temporary nature of this body as such. Atman is non-destructible. It is avyaya. It is achala. It is nitya. It is eternal. So Sri Krishna says, dehī nityam avadhyo. Dehi is indweller. One who resides in the deha. Deha is body. The entity that is dwelling inside the body, it is the Atman. Dehī nityam avadhyo is always avadhyo, indestructible. Dehe sarvasya bhārata. It is bodies are the of all the bodies. Of all the bodies which are destructible, this indweller inside the body is always avadhya, indestructible. It cannot be killed, it cannot be destroyed. Tasmāt sarvāṇi bhūtāni. Tasmāt is therefore. Sarvāṇi bhūtāni. All creatures. Tvaṁ. Not thou. Śhochitum. Grieve. Arhasi. You should. You should not grieve for all the bodies which are killed, because they are destructible. By very nature they are destructible. So Sri Krishna says, this indweller in the bodies of all is invulnerable, indestructible. O Bharata. Bharata is referring to Arjuna. Therefore, you should not grieve for any being. The problem starts when we try to consider everything under only body consciousness. The moment we think body is everything, we get into that dichotomy, that the opposite dualities, they start affecting us. Pleasure and pain, the joy and sorrow, and peace and misery, all these things. It is only because of the body consciousness, and body consciousness is so strong in us. We cannot go beyond this realm, beyond this thought process of body consciousness. And that's why all this misery, all this pain, all this sorrow, all this dejection comes to us, like dejection has come upon Arjun. He has slumped in his chariot with the thought of, I am going to kill all of them. And once I kill all of them, there will be so much of a anarchy in the society, within the remaining family members, and all that. So his mighty bow and arrows from his hand that he has been carrying in his hand, that Gandhi, mighty bow, it has fallen down from his hand, and he has just slumped in the chariot. And finally told Sri Krishna that now you tell me what is to be done. And now Sri Krishna is telling him, it is only because you are thinking of body, 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 I am going to kill, I am going to kill, that this is your condition. Don't grieve for this body. Because Atman, the one who is dwelling inside the body, is indestructible. You cannot do anything with that Atman. That is ever blissful. This indweller in the bodies of all is ever invulnerable. You cannot touch it. The views of materialists are herein set aside as baseless. So all the materialistic views of giving an importance to body is negated by Sri Krishna in this sloka. That it is only the bodies that are destructible. The Atman is indestructible. The Atman is invincible, for that matter. You cannot touch it. You cannot. Atman cannot be cut with a weapon. Atman cannot be made wet by water. That Atman cannot be burnt by fire. Atman cannot be dried by wind, by air. No. All these four elements of nature, they have no influence upon the Atman. It is beyond that. It is like that space, Akasha, the fifth element, which is changeless, which is vast, which is eternal, which is indestructible, which is immortal. There is no birth and death to Atma. So, it is incumbent on man to be poised above despondency and thereby pave the way for spiritual enlightenment. Now, only way to get into the mode of out of despondency is get away with this body consciousness. The moment you get away with body consciousness, you are distancing yourself from the world phenomenal, from the world temporary, from the world unreal. You are distancing yourself as you come out of this body consciousness. And this is verily the path of Shreyas. That is what Sri Krishna is after Arjuna. He has to be Shreyas now. And he has to go beyond the body consciousness. And this body consciousness is so strong, not so easy to give up. And on that, in that context, Swami Chidbhavananda ji has given a quotation from Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna says, a man suffers from a midnight dream that somebody comes with a sword in hand to butcher him into pieces. him into pieces. That is the dream. And how is the reaction? Being frightened beyond wit, he screams and wakes up. And he finds in the dim light lamp lit. He finds in the dim lamp the door bolted within, and the presence of none in the room. And that in the dim, light, the room, maybe some light bulb, and he realizes, oh, there is nobody. But he has dreamt of somebody with a sword who has come to cut him into pieces, to butcher him into pieces, and is terribly frightened, wakes up from his sleep and shouts loudly. And then suddenly when he opens his eyes, is that dim light in his room, and the door is closed from inside. There is nobody who has actually come with the sword. Forget about sword. No person is there inside. No other person is there inside the room. Still, his heart continues to palpitate rapidly for some time. Tuck, tuck, pumping heart. Still, he's so much engrossed in that dream that somebody is going to kill him, into pieces. That thumping of the heart is still not quietened. The heart rate has not come to normal yet. Although he has realized there is nobody inside my room, I was just dreaming. Still, body is reacting to what he has seen in the dream, and that is body consciousness. This is the sign of one's identification with one's body. It is so strong. It is so strong that although we realize, oh, what was I was thinking going to happen is not going to happen, but still the body is reacting in the same frightful manner, the same influence, in the frightful influence. The body is still reacting. Maybe he's sweating, his heart is pumping fast, and he's safe otherwise. In reality, he is safe because of that body consciousness. We are so much involved with our body that it is extremely difficult for us to get beyond this phenomenal world. And that is what Sri Krishna is telling Arjuna time and again, that go beyond, try to understand the nature of the Atman. It is not the body that it can be destroyed. It is not a body that it can be killed. Atman is not a body that it can be annihilated. No, just take out this particular notion from your mind, O Arjuna, and there is no need for you to grieve over killing your enemy. That is the duty you have to do. That is why you are here on this Kurukshetra to annihilate, to destroy the evil. And that is why this Mahabharata, the war of righteousness, is going to be held there at Kurukshetra, at the Dharmakshetra Kurukshetra. So this is all the teaching Sri Krishna is uh, explaining to Arjuna about the nature of the Atman, that how it is indestructible. It is only the body. So don't grieve, don't mourn, don't feel sorry about it. And that is the 30th slok that Sri Krishna has taught us. In the 31st slok, he is going to tell Arjuna and to us that influenced by this body consciousness, influenced by this limited view, limited understanding of temporal being the reality, which is in fact not real. Don't run away from the duty. That is going to be our next reading. Till then, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Ma. Jai Swami.